Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. John Kelly here, and welcome. Welcome to John Kelly's Thrive. We've got some great educational videos for you, and our channel, as you know, is focused on addictive illness. Addictive illness is a family destroyer, so it's very important to keep an eye on it, and I think the more education you have, the better off you're going to be in order to combat it. Today, I'm excited to bring out my new book. It's called Discovering Lazarus, and it's about my fight through addictive illness, the good, the bad, and the ugly of John Kelly. Bottom line is, if I can do it one day at a time for 38 years, you can do it one day at a time. Discovering Lazarus. You know, what I want to get on to now is alcohol. Today we're talking about alcohol. Alcohol is the big uninhibitor. It's been called the devil in the bottle. It's a very, very strong central nervous system depressant. Alcohol can be a very, very strong anesthetic. I mean, it is powerful and it's legal. People don't realize how powerful alcohol can be. Lots of times the term is used, you know, that person's alcoholic or they're suffering from alcoholism. Believe me when I tell you, alcohol is a disease. Alcoholism, if you want to call it, is a disease, but it's not really considered alcoholism. In a diagnosis, alcoholism does not exist. What exists is alcohol abuse or alcohol dependence. That's how you would get paid from the insurance company, or that's how the insurance company would pay your counselor rehab. Okay, one of those diagnoses has to be there. Alcohol abuse or alcohol dependence. Alcohol abuse, man, that could be anything. I mean, I don't think there's a kid that goes to college that hasn't gotten drunk a time or two, right? So alcohol abuse is pretty appropriate, and it's pretty much a catch-all diagnosis. Alcohol dependence, on the other note, is something very, very steep, very wrong, very destructive. Okay? And that's something you need to know. Alcohol abuse has to lead to dependence. You can't get to dependence if you don't first go through abuse. But that's the progression of the disease. Alcohol abuse to alcohol dependence. And alcohol is so toxic and so toxic to the system, it is what I call the big destroyer. Okay? And with all the different drugs that are out there, I don't think any other drug will destroy your system and cause you more agony over time than alcohol. I mean, yeah, sure, you can overdose on heroin or on meth or on cocaine and you can die quicker. But alcohol is a more prolonged journey of agony. Usually a person has been involved with alcohol abuse to dependence for at least 15 years before they really start to incur problems. And it's like lightning as it goes through your system, because it depletes your system of all its nutrients. Alcohol does that. If you notice, when you drink alcohol, you go to the bathroom a lot. Well, that alcohol is like going through your system. Your system feels that alcohol is so toxic and wants to get rid of it. And it is a disease, remember. It is a disease. Alcohol dependence is a disease. There is no question about it. And alcohol abuse is considered a disease, or insurance companies wouldn't pay for it. So keep that in mind. The American Medical Association says it's a disease. The American Psychiatric Association says it's a disease. But you really know it's a disease if insurance companies pay for it. The body tries to get rid of alcohol so fast, as I said, because it's so toxic. And it destroys your innards. It destroys internally your body. Your body gets destroyed from within. I'm going to tell you a little story. I worked on a unit in an inner city hospital in New Jersey. And I've got to tell you, on that unit, we had a number of alcoholics along with a number of cocaine addicts, crack addicts, heroin addicts, acid addicts, fantasy addicts, as we would call them, people that were addicted to hallucinogenics. I have to tell you, the people that ended up dying on that unit were the alcoholics. They were the people suffering from alcohol abuse or alcohol dependence. They're the people that died, okay? And they never died on the unit because when they were so bad on the unit, we would send them to ICU, and they usually died in ICU. But I have literally seen people turned upside down to keep the blood inside them because, as I said, alcohol goes through the system like lightning. Destroys the liver, destroys the pancreas, destroys other organs. I mean, it is extremely toxic to the body. And it's amazing how many people become so addicted because it is a very strong sedative. It's a very strong tranquilizer. And you build up a tolerance to it. So you continue to drink to get that numbing effect or non-feeling effect or that inhibition effect, so you feel uninhibited, okay? And when you're uninhibited, you know, you're on top of the world. Unfortunately, as you're depleting all this brain chemical, you're depleting all these nutrients out of your body, you're going down, and you may not know it until it's too late. Getting back to the unit. On the unit, it was the alcoholics that died. They were the ones that died. And I have to tell you, from every kind of organ problem you can think of, because alcohol affected all their organs. I've seen people with hallucinations with alcohol dependence that you would not believe. I've seen seizures. I've seen people with delirium tremors that had to be put in 3-point restraints. I mean, it's just unbelievable, and it's legal. Alcohol is legal. And it's something you need to think about. If you feel you have an alcohol problem, please get into counseling as soon as possible. Do not wait, because the more you drink, the more you will destroy your body, and the more damage you do internally. Some of that may not be reversible. I know people that have gone into recovery and quit drinking, but you know what? It was too late. They were going to Alcoholics Anonymous for maybe 2-3 years, but they did so much damage to their liver, to their pancreas, okay, or to their heart, that they ended up dying while in recovery because of the damage that was done by their drinking. So anyway, that's my story for today. I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this is educational and can give you some help and help your family in some way. Thank you so much. Most importantly, make it a great day and be safe. God bless. Thank you.